I've seen that scenario play out plenty of times where the baby daddy tried to control the situation by saying, "Oh, well, I'm not coming to get him." Mama was at his door with the kids and walked off. I'm gone. This is our agreement. Figure it out.
What I'm saying is this again. We want to deal with hypotheticals. I'm saying the solution is he's not a factor. Period.
Thank you. The gentleman in the video sounds like he doesn't quite understand what leadership is, right? Like if he's allowing other people to influence his home in a way where things aren't moving the way that they're supposed to in the home, it's because he's not doing his job, right? The woman in that situation senses that, right? And so if her baby daddy's the one who's running the household that he's not in and she's allowing it, it's because there isn't somebody who's pulling the reins. And so instead of blaming it on the situation, there needs to be some amount of accountability on that gentleman's role in the whole thing.
All right, Chris.
First off, I'd like to say big shout out to my brother Willie. That clip is from my podcast, just another podcast. So appreciate y'all for using the clip.
No doubt.
None of y'all are wrong. Everything y'all said is on point, but those are ideals and boundaries that we stand on. At the end of the day, if you have a boundary, it's not guaranteed to be received. So I can be the leader, the head, whatever you want to call it in my household. If this woman has children with somebody else, there's only so far I can go, period. At the end of the day, it can be an ideal that I have, but that's for me. That woman might not be able to come to that ideal with me when her baby daddy, I'm just going to take the scenario for what it is. Baby daddy calls and says, I'm not keeping these kids, period. I understand that you can say whatever you want, but if you have a woman that is of integrity or some kind of integrity, she gonna go get her kids. You can't do nothing about that. You can't control that other person at all. So it's like, what happens then when the man chooses to do something that you don't have any control over? What happens then? You can't. She has to go. And I'll even come to y'all's aid. Him saying forced polygamy, that's a little extreme. But I get the sentiment. He was talking about energy. So yeah, sometimes if you have somebody outside of the household that you're connected to forever with the kid, they can call and change energy because that child is cared for by the person that you're with. Like cared for. They care about that child. So yeah, that's my opinion.
I got a question. What do you mean if the baby daddy says he can't take care of the kids, she got to go? Can you elaborate what you mean?
I'm just talking about the situation. Like if they talking, he was just saying if they were going on vacation and he's like, I can't watch them this weekend. That's out of your control.
You said watch them? They're his kids. He's not watching kids.
Or he can't keep his kids. He can't keep his kids.
You don't babysit your own children.
Okay, let's just change the words. He can't keep his kids.
Why?
Because he doesn't want to.
What if he just comes out and says he doesn't want to?
We gone. We finna go. Because the thing about it is, when it's on the other side, when she turns around and says, I can't do nothing, I can't take care of these kids, he ain't gonna come get them. Mm-hmm. He's gonna say, figure it out. So he's the equal parent. Men want equal rights when it comes to parenting, just like women want equal rights when it comes to life, right? That's them your goddamn kids. If we finna go out and you got some issue or whatever, call your mama, call your cousin. You got family just like she got family. Because in most cases, she got to figure shit out when her kid's sick or this and that, or when something goes wrong. He figures the shit out too. Same way. We going out of town. You figure that shit out. Them your kids as much as they're her kids. Figure out, bro. We out.
But let me play the scenario. So what happens if he says, I don't want to figure it out? Is that a chance y'all gonna play with kids?
Yeah.
For people that don't have any say in the situation.
CPS or whatever child protective services gonna come in because you are also the parent. You can't turn around and just say, "Oh well, I don't know what I'm doing." No, these are your children. See, men love to sit around and complain about how I'm on child support, I can't see my kids, and I don't do this, I don't do that. So when a woman does give a man his damn kids, he starts whining like a bitch, talking about I can't do this, I can't do that. Figure out, bro. Because women got to figure that shit out themselves. So no, you are also the same parent she is. And the thing about it is the man is the better parent. So if you start acting like a little girl, talking about you can't take care of these kids, figure it out. We out.
Okay.
I was gonna say, and I'm actually in agreement with Mr. Let Go, because I've seen that scenario play out plenty of times where the baby daddy tried to control the situation by saying, "Oh, well, I'm not coming to get him." Mama was at his door with the kids and walked off. I'm gone. This is our agreement. Figure it out.
What I'm saying is this again. We want to deal with hypotheticals. I'm saying the solution is he's not a factor. Period. He's not a factor. Period. You have no say so over here. None. It ain't gonna be you can't keep your kids because I won't even go through you. You're a non-factor. If you want to have any say with your children and your baby mother, be with her. Be with her. Oh, those my kids. That means she's still your wife. Go get her.
Facts.
Go get her. Hold on. Let me say something.
Go ahead.
And let's flip it on its head, right? If it's to the point where what he says rides harder on her than it does what I say, she can go too.
Now, that's why I agree. That's where you stand on the boundary.
That's what we're saying. I agree. Get your goddamn kids, or you gonna shut the hell up? Because everything goes through me. I don't took over all this shit. You ain't gonna be sitting around whining, crying, whining. Them your goddamn kids, or they my goddamn kids. Now I'm not gonna never keep no man from his kids, whatever. But if you start whining, you gonna lose your goddamn kids. Stop acting like a woman, and because they are your kids, just like they her kids. You feel me? And do your job, bro, or you're gonna get kicked out of the damn family, and I'm gonna be the one to do it. I'm kicking your ass out.
Yeah, I would say don't be scared. Like, step parents, do your job and do what's right. Like, and you ain't got time to be dealing with people's feelings. And your house is your house. Your house is your rule. So if they don't want to follow the rule, then that's their problem. We gonna do what we doing over here, and you could be mad. So what? What you gonna do? Call the cops? You sound stupid. Just deal with it. Or like I guess Ricky and everybody else saying, go be with her then. So I agree.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like I said, either we dropping them off or they going on vacation with us then.
That's gonna cost money. But all right, let's keep the order going. We're gonna get to Jane and Sugar Curls. Jane, you're up next. The question on the floor is dating a person with kids like forced polygamy?
First, I just want to say I see my video is the signal is kind of rough, so just bear with me, but hopefully y'all can still hear me. But first off, I think the perspective that Mr. Let Go said was actually very mature. I love the fact that he said that he's taking control, which that's what single moms need. The thing I want to say is, like, I had this similar scenario where I wanted to go to Africa and I couldn't go, I chose not to go because I couldn't get a passport for my son because my dad, his dad would not approve for me to get the passport to take him out of the country. So at the end of the day, I did not go because I'm not going without my son. So yes, there are fathers that try to deliberately ruin the experiences for the mom just because of, he wants to have control, or he doesn't want to see her, with another person, whatever. But to fully answer the question, I think that the gentleman in the video took it too far. At the end of the day, if my son can't go, then first of all, his dad is not going to be, he's probably going to be like the second on the list or third on the list. I'm going to exercise the grandparents, my dad, his grandma, so on, so and so, because I know that my son's dad is not really reliable. So at the end of the day, I would not go as far as polygamy. That's basically saying that he's in a relationship. I get what he's saying is that sometimes experiences may get a dent in them because you don't have the approval of the father. But at the end of the day, the mother should take control and say, look, I'm not just gonna drop my kids off with my son's dad. I'm gonna go and take them to somebody else's house so I can continue the trip or wherever we going. It's the show must continue. I'm not gonna solemnly rely on my son's dad. Unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. But I mean, at the end of the day, regardless, I don't think we should make it a big factor to say, okay, well, if he's not gonna watch the kids, then then I'm just gonna drop them off. No, if he's not gonna watch the kids, we're gonna go to plan B. We're gonna get somebody else to watch them, or the kids is gonna come along.